Hello students, welcome to my social studies class 4 students. This is Sanchita ma'am, your Sanchita ma'am here to take your SST class. Now we were in the new chapter number 6, Domains of the Earth. Here in page number 39, Domains of the Earth started. There are 4 domains. They are lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. What is lithosphere is known to you. It is the rigid outer part of the earth. It is the surface of the earth and its outermost solid layer. All the continents as well as the ocean floors are part of it. So I told you, lithosphere is the solid part of the earth. It consists of 3 main layers: crust, mantle and the core. Now layers of the earth. This picture is already discussed in the class. This is the inner portion of the earth. The inside one is the inner core, then the outer core, then the mantle and then the crust. So these are the 3 main parts, and core part is divided into 2 parts. One is inner core and another one is outer core. So our planet is made up of a number of layers, namely the core, the mantle and the outer crust. Core is the center of the earth, containing mostly iron and nickel. Yesterday I told you, you can underline in your book page number 39. So it is contained the center of the earth, that means the core area. It is containing mostly iron and nickel. These are 2 metals, is known as its core. Mainly iron and nickel can be found there. And the inner core is solid, the outer core is semi-solid, semi-liquid. It is also very hot at the center of the earth. Next stage, that means this part is called, the red one is called the mantle portion. What is mantle? The mantle layer lies between the core and the crust. You can see the picture between the core, this is core, and this is the crust, the black one, this one, where the continents, oceans all are located. This is the crust. Between crust and core, mantle part is located. When the earth was formed, this layer was made up of molten rocks or magma. Later it cooled down and solidified. So I think mantle part is clear to you. It is the layer lies between the core and the crust. When the earth was formed, this layer was made up of molten rocks. So it is called magma. Later it cooled down and solidified. It becomes solid. Solidified means it becomes solid. And the outer part, the crust, it is the thin, hard outer layer of the earth. It is made of solid rocks, minerals and layers of soil. So students, it is clear to you that lithosphere means the solid domain of the earth. I have told you there are 4 domains. What are the domains? Lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. So lithosphere means the solid part, the solid domain of the earth. So lithosphere is clear to you. Now today we will go to another sphere, that is hydrosphere. Hydro, the word hydro means water. So what is hydrosphere? It is there in your book. You can see in page number 40. Hydrosphere is there written. Hydrosphere means the word hydro means water, and the hydrosphere includes all the sources of water on the earth's surface. It includes the oceans, streams, rivers, lakes, groundwater, the frozen water in glaciers or mountains, and in the Arctic and Antarctic ice sheets. So, hydrosphere includes the oceans, streams, rivers, all the rivers, on the earth, lakes, groundwater, the frozen water in glaciers. You know, there are many glaciers in Himalayan range or in Arctic and Antarctic continents there also. So these glaciers and mountains, and in the Arctic and the Antarctic ice sheets. Mountains means the top of the mountains, you know, the peaks are covered, almost covered in frozen and ice sheets. So all these are in hydrosphere part, hydrosphere domain. Nearly 2/3 of the Earth's surface is covered in water. You know, our planet Earth has been called the blue planet. Why? Because of the abundant water on its surface. Nearly 2/3 of the Earth's surface is covered in water. Nearly 2/3 of the Earth's surface is covered in water. Look at this picture. Distribution of land and water in the Earth's surface. See, blue color indicates the water part, and the ochre yellow color, here the yellowish color or brownish color, is indicating land part. So in this picture, from this picture you can understand there's so much area. That means 2/3 area is covered by water. This blue color means the water area. It is due to the presence of so much water on the Earth's surface that it is called the blue planet. Our planet Earth is called the blue planet. Why? Because of the presence of water. So much water on the Earth's surface, that is why it is called the blue planet. But we can use only a tiny portion of this huge water reserve for drinking and other purposes. Why? This is because most of the Earth's water lies in oceans and seas. You know, ocean water or seas water are what kind of water? They are salty. So a large amount of water we cannot drink. A large amount of fresh water also remains frozen in glaciers and the polar ice caps. So look at this picture. 2/3 area of the Earth is covered by water and 1/3 is land area. We are living in a land area. So you can understand our Earth, why it is called blue planet, because most of the areas are covered in water. That's why our Earth is called the blue planet. So hydrosphere means the water area of the Earth or water domain. So in water we have to know what is water cycle. So in page number 40 you can see what is called water cycle. The continuous movement of water from land to air and back again to the land is called the water cycle. The continuous movement of water from land to air and back again to the land is called the water cycle. The movement of water in the water cycle has 3 stages. Remember these 3 stages, very important. What are the 3 stages? Evaporation, condensation and precipitation. What are the 3 stages of water cycle? 1 is evaporation, number 2 is condensation, and number 3 is precipitation. Now today I will explain you what is evaporation. Look at this picture. Evaporation means the process by which the water from the Earth's surface is turned into vapor or steam by the heat of the sun is called evaporation. Look at the picture. Sun is here giving heat. Heat means energy to the water level. Now water becomes hot. When water surface becomes hot, so what happens? It changes into water vapor and rising up. So this is called evaporation. Look at the picture, you can understand that. The heat from the sun warms the water in the oceans, rivers and other water bodies, and the water changes into water vapor. Since water vapor is warmer, this becomes warmer and also lighter, it rises up in the air. This is called evaporation. So students, I think it is clear to you. What is evaporation? The process by which the water from the earth's surface is turned into vapor or steam by the heat of the sun is called evaporation. This picture is very important. You have to practice this picture. Look at this picture. Sun gives sunlight to the sunlight means heat to our earth, and the ocean, that means the water bodies, becomes hot, it evaporates. This is called evaporation. So students, this much is today's task. You learn these pages, hydrosphere and evaporation, water cycle, and next day I will explain much more about this. Thank you. Have a nice day.